Hello, dear faculty. I hope all of you have been doing good. It's a privilege today for me to take forward and initiate the internship report which I've undertaken. So I'll be sharing my screen with you all so that I can actually show in the presentation which I have discovered. So beginning with my topic for today is induction process and evaluation. This process and evaluation has been conducted in Cognosol, which is one of the organization which is based in Mohali. This is a knowledge processing outsourcing organization which works with clients based in UK, US, Australia, Canada, and things like that. So I've been also working over here since around 2 years. So it's been a journey where I've seen quite involved feature, and induction has been my core work and profile. So I just wanted to process and evaluate that how things are moving ahead and taking forward. All right. So going on to the next element which I have to share is the objective of my entire research. So my objective has been clear that I want to understand the existing recruitment and training practices for a new hire, because we all know that when a new hire joins, there's a lot of skepticalness which is there into the purview, and they don't know how to connect, put forward, because it's a complete new atmosphere. Therefore, to identify and design a structured induction program. So earlier there wasn't an induction program which was completely, in process. Things were just here and there, informal in nature. So through this plan, a complete formal synchronization has been put forward, with giving good amount of roles and responsibility to each amount of supervisors, from the admin team to the HR, the head of departments, and also the people who are undertaking sessions for the entire people who join in are new incumbents, and also to identify factors to be included in the entire onboarding process. So there have been inferences which we have actually evolved into taking it for the better and for the further, because we could understand that somehow when the employees were being sitting and there were sessions going on, they were getting bored, they did not know that how to connect, have fun also. So we gave them a gamified experience, ensured a lot of fun activities, role play, getting into some creative work, so that all of them incline well and they get a really good experience. So with incorporating them with all the facilities, with getting them cabs, giving them good amount of exposure with their food coupons, having lunch with them, giving them a good feel, clicking photographs, posting them on social media elements so they feel inclined, because we all know social media presence is so important. So therefore all these objectives have been met and categorized. So the methodology which I've been included in this entire research is onto two aspects, the primary and the secondary. So the primary research methodology has been taken forward by taking good amount of feedbacks from the people. So the feedback took forward when they completed their induction. Post that, we took forward with them feedback after a week, also with respect to having a feedback after the 30-day tenure and also a 90-day tenure. A good amount of focus group discussions have been taking place with managers and associate to ask them that what are the problems they face when a new incumbent comes and takes forward. So how do they feel the processing should happen, so that the inclination is well, the body of project is well. So this is what has been taken forward, and also historical inferences from the organization itself, that how past induction programs were being conducted, also that how people actually felt about the induction process, taking inferences from the team leaders, the supervisors, that how do they feel, did they feel a significance or a change in the people who underwent a good amount of induction plan, or for the ones who did not undergo. So this is what has been a primary research into understanding and knowing the pain point areas, and then building a tailored plans which could meet and actually identify the entire things. Okay. And then going on to the secondary research, I did research on some blog research papers, books written by some famous authors and journals which have been put forward by professors and scholars from IM, Harvard, and things like that. So it's been an interesting process, and I actually feel honored and happy about that part, that this is one such aspect which have actually made it strong and worthwhile, through which I get a lot of credibility within the organization too. Now I would like to also move ahead to another aspect, that what data analytics I could infer and take forward. So as mentioned earlier in my synopsis, we have undertaken an element of 30 sample size where we had 18 males and 12 females altogether. So you can see on one side I have a 30-day tenure analysis which showcases that how people have underwent. So this feedback actually helped us into getting the right insight, so we could say that people actually had an issue when they're joining their date, and the documentation location wasn't well understood or known by them. So we've taken these little nitty-gritties also, which can be good amount of pain areas for employees into understanding and taking it forward. So all of them is just well illustrated, and we've been really doing well into giving them good amount of appointment letters, which was a little bit, but ensuring that they get facilitated really well. The team is there to hear them, answer their queries, their questions, and all of these aspects which are actually needed for them to have a good amount of exposure in a new atmosphere altogether. And also with the feedback, this is just the initial feedback with respect to how did the induction program go. So we see that they've been liking and they find really excellent on the information which has been provided from the mission, vision, values, the organization structure, all the details about the organization, and also ensuring that the presenter was engaging, relevance of good amount of experience. So this is what has been highlighted and given out to you. And also we see in the 90-day tenure also, we see what are our highs and lows. So they could not have regular touch points with the HR, which was the pain area. So we ensure that every person gets good amount of resource and know-how connecting with the team at regular intervals, like coffee with HR, so that they know and understand who is it that they want to share and put forward. And the thing which was predominant was the induction correlation, which we found that the people were highly engaged, their commitment level was also comparatively better, and the intention to leave was also low. So this is one such analysis which could be deterred. And over here you can also see the findings which were undertaken by me during this entire course of work, where we saw better teamwork and performance. There was higher confidence amongst employees, of course, higher employee morale and engagement. So all of this builds in a lot of trust and good performance. And of course, the main area which was the focus, that we wanted to reduce our attrition. So this was one such feature which actually helped us into taking it forward. And in the end, my recommendations for the day would be that use of robust LMS. So a lot of people were physically involved in the process, but we also know that post COVID, as the situation and circumstances have changed, people are looking forward for remote areas, and also there are a lot of elements they want to learn, read, and replicate themselves with. So we are in need of a good robust learning management system which provides online trainings and online resources to people for them to have it. And then personalization is needed in case a head of a department is joining or somebody who is superior. So a little personalization into getting them what exactly they know how is then is one such aspect which needs a lot of consideration. And then gamifying the entire experience, having a lot of fun, including recreational activities was there one part which should actually be included. And then introduction of buddy program, where there's a dedicated buddy which has been given, so that whatsoever concern the person is facing should be taken forward by them, so that they have a like happy experience and they know whom to reach out during the initial days. And last is that explaining the vision and values is really very important with less amount of jargons. So these are these little recommendations I thought fruitful enough. So that was all from my end. Thank you so much. It was great connecting and making a video out of my entire research project. Looking forward to meet you again at the Viva. Thank you so much for this opportunity and looking forward to connect. Thank you.